Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, New Me by Hannah. I'm so glad you could join me today. Today we are talking about love, how you know you're in it, what it is, whether it is physical attraction, infatuation, or the absolute real deal, the L word. So before we get started in the video, please, as ever, don't forget to subscribe and like the channel. And if you have any questions, drop them in the comment section below and I will try to come back to you as soon as possible. Let's get started. Now, unless you've been in love frequently, you know what the signs are, you know you're feeling it, then it's quite difficult to distinguish and to know that you are in love. So hopefully in this video I can give you some top tips to look out for, and hopefully if you are feeling it, if you're ready to say that you love somebody, then you should totally do it. Absolutely. Be brave enough to tell somebody how you feel, and even if they say they don't love you back, then at least you'll know, you know? If you love someone, you will not be able to stop thinking about them. You will wake up thinking about them, you will go to bed thinking about them, you will just, every second of the day you have free, you will be thinking about them. Hopefully in a good way. If it's not in a good way, then discard this tip because it's probably not love. But if you are thinking about them constantly, then definitely a big sign. To be in love with someone, you must have great chemistry. So there's going to be passion there, physical attraction, and you will just absolutely love the bones off that person. So you need to distinguish between it being a physical attraction and it being love. So if it's just physical, if there's no emotional connection there, then it's potentially not love. But if you've got great chemistry, you're physically attracted to them, and there's an emotional connection, then it's a really good sign that you might be in love. When you're in love with someone, you just can't wait to see them. So even when you saw them 5 minutes ago for a date, you will be then thinking about the next date and where you can go with them and what you'll be doing. So if you're planning another date as soon as your date's finished and you just can't wait to see them again, then it's a really good sign. Equally, if you don't stop checking your phone for messages, so any second you get, if you're clicking on the name like, oh, why haven't I heard from them, or like messages are popping up every few minutes, that's a really good sign that you're having a good emotional connection with someone, and in turn you might be falling in love with them. If you have met their parents, if they've met your parents, then that shows that there's a family tie there and they're willing to accept you into the family and vice versa. So if you've met each other's parents and it's going well, then that's a definite sign that you're heading into love. A huge sign that you're falling in love is if you have stopped checking out other people. So if you can go places and not be kind of eyeing up other men or women, or you've stopped talking to other men or women on your phone and stopped, if you were internet dating, if you've stopped doing the searches, if you've stopped swiping right and left, then that is a really good sign that you are starting to fall in love. When you're in a relationship, your sense of self can start to transform slightly. Now, if it's in a bad way and your partner is turning into something that you're absolutely not, then discard this tip. But when you're around your partner, you want to become better, if you want to change yourself for the better, if they're starting to rub off on you in a really good way, then that is definitely a sign that you're falling in love. Equally, if you have more motivation, if you want to get up earlier, if you're just enjoying life a lot more, then it's a really good sign that your partner's having a great influence on you, and certainly that your brain is starting to flick into the love mode. Love isn't just a one-way street, so if you are celebrating your partner's achievements, even if you're not doing so well in life yourself, if you are starting to put their views in a good way ahead of your views, and you're starting to make compromises with them, that's a huge sign that you're falling in love. You don't do that for just anybody. So if you are going above and beyond, if you are thinking about their feelings, sometimes even ahead of your own feelings, definitely that's a big sign. If you are investing more time into them, so maybe you're not seeing your friends so much, maybe you're just putting a little bit of extra time into your partner, then that's showing you that you want to spend time with them and that the time that you're spending with them is important. So if you are starting to spend more and more time with your partner, don't neglect your friends and everything like that. Don't let your partner change you. But if you're starting to really want to spend more time with them, then you should definitely take that as a big sign that you're falling in love. Sometimes, even when you're in love, you can have huge mood swings. So you can go from being happy to sad to crying to laughing. You can have arguments over the tiniest of things. And if you are seeing that you are having so many mood swings, then just make sure you're okay and haven't got a problem. But if you haven't got a problem, it is probably because you're falling in love. Because falling in love, it makes you emotionally crazy. So just expect that. If you are in love, or you're getting there, then you will be able to see a future with your partner. So whether it's getting married to them, having kids. As a woman, we don't really see having kids until we meet the right guy. So if you're with a guy and you can see having kids with them, maybe you can envision what they're going to look like or how he's going to be as a dad, then that is really good sign that you are falling in love. When you are in love with someone, you will be trying new things. So whether it's trying his hobbies, trying his favorite food, all of these are kind of bonding techniques to try and share similar hobbies and activities. And even if you like it or don't like it, I mean, if he's got a really crazy hobby, you might just want to try it once, but showing that you care enough to be able to try that thing is definitely a sign that you are falling in love. When you're in love, it is hopefully going to be reciprocated. So if you have strong feelings for your partner, make sure they've got strong feelings in return. So make sure that they're showing you the same care, the same, feelings back as you have for them. If they are, that's a huge sign that they are in love with you also. And you definitely need to share your feelings with them as soon as you can. Sometimes when you are in love, you can have higher stress levels. That is only because you are trying to be your best for your partner. You are trying to maybe juggle relationship in addition to your other daily needs. So as long as you are not feeling anxious that your partner is out there cheating or, wondering why they're not texting you back, so as long as it's not a negative emotion and potentially there's some insecure attachment there, then feelings of being anxious around the time when you're starting to think about love is totally normal, and again, is a really good sign. My final tip for you is that if the L word is on the tip of your tongue, if you are absolutely wanting to say it and just trying to find the right way to say it, the right time, then it's a pretty surefire way to know that you are in love. So my advice would be to literally say it, tell your partner how you feel, and then be prepared for any outcome. Don't take it. If they don't love you, it doesn't mean to say that they're not going to love you in the future, just they might need a bit more time. So tell them how you feel, make your position clear to them, and then you'll feel so much better afterwards. And you never know, if they say it back to you, it could be the start of an amazing love story. So as ever, drop me a comment below if this is inspiring you to say the L word, or if you have any questions about where you think your relationship is, and I will try to do my best to answer them. And I will absolutely see you in the next video.